This is Sweet Stuff Saturday, recorded on, of all days, a Wednesday. It is super quiet. I am on lunch break real quick, and I thought I'd just grab a camera and make a video. So I got two things in recently. The Miguron Mini Acri, A-K-R-I, and this light, which is the Zebra Light SC65C High. One of these is really exciting. The other is pretty boring. I did a video on the difference between boring and minimalist designs, and the Miguron, this knife, was the exemplar for boring designs. This is a $45-ish overseas-made knife produced by Miguron. If you're not familiar, Miguron has two lines, both of which have the same name. They have a set of knives that are all like sub $60, and then they have a set of knives that are all, $250, $200 and more dollars. The 50 or the cheaper of the two sets of knives, they generally have either D2 steel or 14C28N steel. This Miguron Akri runs the 14C28N steel. It is a bearing pivot, and it has gray G10 handles. The handles are sculpted. The clip is a deep carry over the top pocket clip. It uses stamped steel. This is, as you can see, a front flipper. That front flipper is kind of ridiculous. It's just way too big. Here's the front flipper on my favorite front flipping knife, the small Shimori. It is way, way, way better. This thing is kind of hot garbage. It is actually kind of pokey, and it is certainly pokey in your pocket. So when you sit down, it can sometimes, like if you sit down and then scooch in under a table, it can put the knife and pressure the knife to, like if this is the apron of the table, it'll push in and like push down into have the knife push into the meat of your thigh. I do not like this flipper tab. Most of this knife is like, it's fine. The flipper tab is actually something I really do not like. That being said, the action is great. My understanding is it's on ball bearing pivot. I like the gray coating. It's not my favorite. I prefer no coating, but if you're gonna coat your blades, make it look like the blade steel. That way when the coating starts to wear off, your knife doesn't look like trash. I love, love, love the Miguron logo. Look at that. It's just like super cool. It's it has that sort of rainbowy effect for something that's like really, really, tightly machined. I think there's like a texture here, and it kind of gives it like a prismatic effect. Super cool, really interesting touch on a super cheap knife. Like it quite a bit. Overall, this is like a pretty big yawn for me. It's not bad, It's got the internals are sculpted out, so like, yeah, it's good. But the thing that I'm really excited about is this flashlight. Oh, this flashlight. I've tried to get this light in for review, and it was hard to line up the Spacebucks account at the same time that the light was available. George has been producing these, and they've been available in small increments, but never at the time when I had Spacebucks. Spacebucks lined up. I grabbed it. This is an 18650 light with a Nichia de-domed, double-stacked 719A emitter. This is a really cool light, and let me tell you why. So, it has all the Zebra Light goodness. It has the clicky switch that's a side clicky, so it's recessed. It has the typical Zebra Light UI, which is a little more complicated than it needs to be, but over the years, I've used it, and Jonathan is right. It's actually quite good. But that's not the thing that makes this light one of my favorite lights available right now. And it is this. You ready for this? That's the light. That's the battery. You are getting a huge, huge percentage of the internals of this light being places, the body tube for the battery. It's crazy how much of the light is the battery tube versus the rest of the light. And this is something that I've noticed over the years. I'm sorry for that noise. I really like lights that have efficient body tubes. So this is one of my favorite lights. This is the 47's Mini Mark III in titanium. And as you can see, this light, which is exceptionally compact. I mean, it's the size of your thumb. This light is about 2 of the batteries, right? Like if you took the 18, these are RCR123As, it's about 2 of them. If you took one and stacked it on top, that's about how big it would be. Another light that's super, super efficient, but still not as efficient in terms of space as the Zebra light. This is an 18350 light. This is the original, the first run aluminum version of the Boss 35. And as you can see, the battery again is like twice, the light is like twice the size of the battery. You can see there's a difference between a RCR123A and an 18650 or 18350. The 18350 is substantially larger and it's thicker around, it's thicker in diameter. But again, we're talking like maybe two of these. This light, if you had 2, it would be way taller, way taller than the flashlight itself. Let's compare one of the worst lights in terms of space efficiency, and that is this light. And I love this light. This is the Surefire EDC1 dual fuel turbo. So this light runs on one CR123A, and it is, you know, like almost a full inch taller than the Zebra light. So this is running on a bigger, higher capacity, and in theory, more powerful battery than this light. But because of this giant reflector, which is why this light is special. Like, I understand that, like, complaining about a space efficiency, a failure in space efficiency on a light with a reflector that's this special is kind of silly. But still, we are talking a very, very space inefficient. Like, look, even the battery tube, like, you know, this is, like, you're getting the whole light. So, like, take out the emitter. You're still getting the whole light for basically the size of the 4.7. But this is just the battery tube. When you tie the battery tube, or you screw the battery tube back on to this enormous reflector, which again, I'm conceding is special and therefore can be big, you see that this light is just, I mean, it towers over its battery. It's like 3.5 batteries. So why am I so excited about the space efficiency of the Zebra light? Like, who gives a shit? And here's why. You are getting a truly full function, do everything, go anywhere kind of light. Something that you can use for hours out in the wilderness. Like, if you're going on a camping trip and this is your only light, you will be perfectly fine. If this is your only light with one charge of the battery, unless you're out there for like a month, you're going to be fine. And you get it in something that really, and I'm not kidding, can actually fit in the coin pocket of your jeans. Now, it's not as great in the coin pocket of jeans as this light, but you get the clicky interface, you get a really great brightness, you get a huge battery capacity. You can run for days on that battery and be perfectly fine. You are getting a really great, truly full function flashlight with a clicky for something that you can put in your pocket, in your coin pocket. Now, there is the CWF, I think it's like the Peanut, that is a forward clicky. So it's not a side switch. And it is smaller than this light. This was, until that light, the smallest forward switch in the back. So it's a little bit smaller. I want to say it's like right here. But this is still more size efficient for the battery. And that means that you're getting a ton of performance in a package that you can always have on you, which is awesome. The other thing that makes the light super exciting is those specs I talked about. You know, the high is not crazy high. It's like 600 or 700 lumens. But you do get the crazy long run times you get with the Zebra lights. And you get one of the best emitters in terms of color rendering I have ever seen. The only thing that's better is a light that I have in for review that I'm sort of struggling on how to review, which is the Cosin the Kosin Malkoff, the VME. That is a truly astounding flashlight. And this has color rendering that's on par with that. So when you consider all the things that you're getting in this package, the size of the light, the efficiency of the design, the performance of the emitter, the run times, the battery capacity, and you're saying like, oh, it compares well to the custom Charles Wiggins Peanut or the custom Kosin Malkoff, and then you realize, oh, this light is $89. It is a crazy good steal. So if you are looking for a good light and you don't mind something that's not like, thumb size, if you want something that's like finger size, this is the light for you. And this is a really cool light. I'll also say, and I've always loved the zebra lights for this, but they put the light in your hand at exactly the right position to do a lot of really good work with. So super excited for this. Look for a review coming soon. Meh! For this. Look for a review coming soon. Thanks.